Artificial intelligence is everywhere now. It writes emails, edits photos, answers questions, and even helps people do their jobs faster. For some, it feels like the future finally arrived. For others, it feels unsettling. What's interesting is that the debate around AI isn't just happening among experts or tech companies. It's happening among everyday people, workers, students, artists, parents, all sharing their thoughts online. Some see AI as a powerful tool that saves time and reduces stress. Others worry about job loss, privacy, and how far this technology should really go. And many people don't fully support or fully reject it. They're simply unsure. So instead of predictions or headlines, today we're looking at real opinions. Thoughts shared in online discussions, forums, and comment sections, unfiltered and honest. This video isn't about deciding whether AI is good or bad. It's about understanding how people actually feel about it right now. Let's start with those who see AI as a positive force in their daily lives. For many people, AI isn't something abstract or futuristic. It's a practical tool, one that helps them think more clearly, learn faster, and turn ideas into action. Several people describe AI as something that amplifies their existing skills. One designer explained that it helped them work with more confidence, especially when tackling ideas that would normally stall or fade into wasted effort. For example, a user named Michael says,
"As a designer, it helps me write much more confidently. Think of it like an amplifier of anything you are passionate about. It helps you get up to speed with what once would fade into wasted effort."
Instead of replacing creativity, AI helped them get up to speed, acting more like a support system than a shortcut. Others talked about how useful AI has been for solving very specific problems. One person shared that when dealing with technical issues, they could simply describe the problem in detail and be guided toward the right resources.
It's been very helpful to me when I need to search for some very specific issues, like a particular software error. I can just describe the problem, and it would actually give me the resources I need. Asking people on forums is an alternative, of course, but then there are other problems like finding the right place to ask, your question getting ignored, people either being assholes and/or taking a while to answer, etc.
Even when the answer wasn't perfect, it helped narrow things down and save time. Some of the most personal responses focused on self-reflection. A few people said that conversational AI helped them notice patterns between their emotions and actions, things they hadn't fully realized before. This led them to reflect more deeply, keep personal notes, and better understand why certain situations didn't feel right.
I have had numerous moments of clarity regarding my own introspection and the connections between my emotions and my actions, because conversational AIs had pointed out something to me I had not been aware of. They're the reason I began keeping logs of my thoughts when something didn't sit right with me and could later reflect on the issue. They quite literally improved my introspection.
Another person admitted they were strongly opposed to AI at first, but after using it regularly, their view changed. They said it helped both their creative work and their mental health, and that the initial backlash reminded them of how people often react to new technology. Looking back, they felt AI was already doing positive things and were curious about what it might enable in the future.
It has helped me immensely personally in my creative pursuits and with regards to my mental health. I was an opponent of it for a long time until I started actually using it on a regular basis. There's usually this kind of backlash against a new kind of technology. So far as I've seen both in my life and looking back in history, I think it's doing great things so far, and I look forward to seeing what it does in the future.
Learning was another common theme. People talked about using AI daily to study coding, automation, design, and new technologies. Some had built websites, explored unfamiliar tools, or even started businesses, often after years of feeling stuck or unsure where to begin.
I'm learning to code. I'm learning automation processes. I use it almost daily to learn something new. I've built a website. I've learned all about UI from a different perspective, despite being in creative for over 20 years. I built an agent. I'm building my own business. I could keep going, but I think you get the point. It's a tool, a powerful one. It's all about how you choose to use it.
For these people, AI isn't perfect, and it isn't magic. It's simply a powerful tool. And in their view, the value of AI depends less on the technology itself and more on how it's used. But not everyone feels optimistic about AI. For some, the technology raises serious concerns, especially when it comes to jobs, privacy, and long-term consequences. While many people see AI as a helpful tool, others worry about how quickly it's being adopted and who truly benefits from it. These concerns aren't always about the technology itself, but about how it's used and how little control people feel they have over that process. In these discussions, fear isn't driven by science fiction or extreme predictions. It's rooted in real experiences, uncertainty, and a sense that things are changing faster than people can adapt. Let's look at how those concerns are being expressed. For many people, the fear around AI is deeply practical and personal. A common concern is the impact on jobs, especially for workers later in life. Some people worry that while new careers may emerge, not everyone will have the time, money, or stability to retrain. One example often mentioned is older workers who lose their jobs to automation.
Lots of jobs are going to be eliminated by AI for the foreseeable future, and not everyone will have the time or resources to retrain and get a new career. As an example, an old person who loses their job could be financially ruined without having the runway to recover. Many fields may still exist but could be transformed entirely.
Without enough savings or a clear path forward, a sudden loss of income could be financially devastating. Even in fields that continue to exist, many believe the nature of the work may change so much that years of experience could lose their value. Others focus on the broader costs of the technology itself. Some people point to the environmental impact of large AI systems, noting the significant energy and water usage required to run them.
It uses a shit ton of water. The environmental impact is what made me stop using ChatGPT for everyday use. That, and a study on how even limited use of AI to assist with problem solving renders our brains incapable of subsequent creative problem solving on our own.
For a few, learning about these costs made them rethink how often they use AI in their daily lives. There are also concerns about how AI affects human thinking. Some people worry that relying too heavily on AI for problem solving could weaken creativity and independent thought over time. Instead of helping people think better, they fear it may slowly replace the process of thinking altogether.
I feel incredibly negative towards AI. There was a quote I remember hearing, and it was something along the lines of, "Children today are growing up with technology but don't know how to use it." Using AI to look up information and without hesitation believing it.
Misuse is another major issue. Many people are uncomfortable with how AI is being used to create scams, generate deepfakes, or replace creative and therapeutic roles. For them, the technology itself isn't the problem.
Personally, I don't like it because people are using it in the wrong way. Sure, it can be funny, but it's now being used to scam people, replace creative jobs, replace therapy, and worst of all is creating deep fakes. It's disgusting that we have so much advanced technology, yet we use it to harm other people and wipe out jobs.
At a larger scale, some express concern about power and control. They worry that AI is concentrating influence into the hands of a small group, while blurring the line between truth and misinformation. Combined with rapid hype and speculation, some fear this could lead to long-term economic and social consequences.
Because it's changing the way we work and live, it's making things people worked hard to learn economically unviable. It's further blurring the lines between truth and lies. It's making many people lose touch with reality. It's using vast amounts of energy and compromising gains made to curb climate change. It's shifting power further into the hands of a tiny group of monomaniacal tech bros, and the hype around it is creating another bubble that, when it pops, will likely drag down the world economy.
Looking at these opinions side by side, it's clear that very different things to different people. For some, it's a tool that opens new possibilities and makes everyday work easier. For others, it raises serious concerns about jobs, trust, and long-term impact. And many people find themselves somewhere in between, still learning, still uncertain. What stands out is that these views come from real experiences, not just headlines or predictions. And as AI continues to evolve, the conversation around it will keep changing as well. We've explored what many people think about AI, but every perspective is different. So now I'm curious, how do you feel about it? If you'd like to share your thoughts or experiences, feel free to leave a comment below and join the discussion.